Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Ooh, yes, here we go. We hopped up on that bus. Bert, chill, high, Roger and Lowy crushing friendly Gus. Bulldog vision, all these boys see is red. What a crappy life, R.I.P. Ed. Heights GMC, you're collecting all the dust.
What's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. It's time to get up on that bus this morning. Welcome aboard. We got the park and break off. We got it in drive, and we pulling off right now. Let's see who else we got with us today. My name is Chill.
Always talking loud.
What a great morning. Sitting to my far right over there, he's a Seminole for life. He's lost a ton of weight, but he's still fat. His diaper needs changing regularly. He's got a tick like slicing napkins for hands. He's big. He's sloppy. He's fat. He's Big Raji.
Talk. We can't even talk this morning. Can you please unmute our mic?
Sorry about that, pal.
He's so used to hearing himself talking. He just loves for everybody else to hear him talk.
You need me to mute you again? Sitting across from him over here to my left, he had a cup of coffee in the Marines. They call him short story long. He survives daily off of 5-hour energy shots. 0% research, 100% passion. War Eagle for life, Mitch the Bear Lawhorn.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
And then
It's nice to be back.
No intro music for the guy. For no Height this morning. Height's got sick kids. But to my right, hold on. When you look at him, you see a mixture of Tayshaun Prince and Mike Epps. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome aboard the bus, loyal listener, big fan of the show, our celebrity guest picker for the day, but also in with us for the whole show, Coach Izell Stephens. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Didn't it work out great for him that he lost the bidding war to Bauer's dad and still gets to come on the show?
Sympathy. Let him on.
Yeah, it was.
His pockets wasn't deep enough.
You know, I started the rally going, though. You know, I started out at $5.
Had you not bid, it very likely would not have got bid on at all.
It would have stalled out at $1.
$1. It was $1.
Holly Bill would have came on just because she started at $1.
She definitely would not have gotten up to come on this show.
So, Coach, man, we're glad to have you this morning. And we'll go ahead and kick off the show. Well, first, before we even get to the new sports that have kicked off yesterday, we've got a special recognition this morning. You know, we do a Dad for Ed segment every now and then, and we bash Ed because he deserves it. But somehow, some way, Ed got at his new school. I'm not going to say the school because I don't want them to be just whatever. But he got teacher of the month, which is baffling
to me. That really solidifies that we're in the end times. I'm just being completely honest.
Do you just got to show up at that school or what?
I think
is it a one-man department?
As long as you're there.
Like
teacher of the month of that department.
That's nice.
What's crazy is I think he's the only person in the department. I don't think there's anybody else that actually teaches at that school except for him. Because Ed could have worked here for the next, he's got probably 29 years left of teaching. He would have never won Employee of the Month here.
He was more towards the worst employee here. Like, definitely bottom 10%.
There have been times that I think they put him on like the little growth development. Where was it?
PDP plan?
Yeah, PDP.
Professional development?
Yeah.
Growth and development.
Yeah, whatever it is for PE. And he almost got fired.
So he changes departments. He goes from PE, which is, arguably the easiest department. It is what it is. People know it's PE. And he goes to a different department.
Field.
Yeah, and gets teacher of the month.
Accelerates.
Sends us a picture of like a document that he got. Like, it must be some terrible teachers there. That's all I got to say.
In times, man. We're living in it.
So, hey, congratulations to Ed for that one. All right, boys. Yesterday started the round ball season. We've got round ball and wrestling. I'm sorry, Mitch. Sometimes we forget wrestling, but
I don't know why.
How'd it go yesterday, Raj? Start us off. We'll let Izell update.
I'd rather let Coach Epps go ahead and start off for us.
Coach Epps,
we're doing that. Shots fired early. Hey, feel free, Izell, at any moment to say how you feel about him. Any of his features that jump out to you or anything like that.
You literally angled these cameras so you can get everybody's double chin here, except for your own.
If you
notice how that works.
I've got the same view.
You put that thing on Mitch more than anybody else.
It's covering.
He did that on purpose, Law. It's all right.
First off, don't get it twisted. There's not an angle in here that will hide your chins.
Facts.
Unless maybe we shot it from directly above you.
That is facts.
You look like Ed in that picture we had yesterday. 3 chins. But no, so we're trying to. I'm trying out little things different here. We've got 4 cameras rolling instead of the usual 1. So the plan is, and it'll probably never happen this week, is to go on Premiere Pro and edit it with some different angles. And we've got tripods coming in. As you can see now, we've got books on the table. But hey, just trying to make it look one step up, trying to grow the brand. So if that gets your neck in there, so be it. Some people like necks, so they'll really like you.
Okay. Anyways, let Coach Stephens go and talk about how you have had to take over a program that was essentially dead. There was not a lot of, there was not, because listen, I was at your tryouts yesterday and you did a good job of having to cut a bunch, but I think a lot of it is the previous coach, whoever that was, gave so many people a sense hope that they could be on a high school basketball team, on a 4A team. And to see those many kids come up and to see you have to kind of get rid of them from a standpoint of, you're just not at that level. It was a crappy program that you took over. Can you kind of talk about whoever was there before?
Yeah. I mean, it was too many in the gym. Way too many. I don't know who the last guy was, but golly.
That guy sucked.
Dude, he's terrible.
You talking about a tough
more
job.
Players than balls in there.
Yes. Way more players than basketballs.
You know a program's in a bad spot when everybody thinks they can make the team. Everybody. You ever played before? Nah, Just heard of y'all trying out today, so here I am.
No, it was pretty good. It was a good turnout. Unfortunately, you do have to make cuts, but it was a good day. Looking forward to coming back today. Definitely going to have to make a few more cuts, but the main guys that were out there, returning guys, we had a lot returning. They showed up and led the team, and they were jumping out in front of drills, kind of demonstrating, being the guinea pig. And like I said, it was a good day. Looking forward to today and moving forward. But screw that last guy that left.
Agreed.
True.
That work ethic.
Does he still even work here?
He shouldn't.
Right.
They kept him on as a girls' golf coach.
He could go somewhere else and probably be like Edwards and be teacher of the month.
I'm trying to do that here.
Doubtful.
Listen, we weren't saying no names. We weren't saying who it was.
What?
We keep saying like whoever it was. We never said year or name.
Yeah.
You keep putting yourself out there.
I didn't say that. I don't know who it was either. The guy sucked. Whoever it was.
Okay. Right. Girls golf coach at West Orange High School.
I didn't say the school.
Okay.
Just girls golf coach somewhere.
Okay. Twigs.
I thought the energy was great in there though yesterday.
Oh, yeah, it was.
As I told you yesterday, there's 2 things. One, those tryouts are the worst days ever because there's some bad players there. But 2, I hope you're ready because throughout the season, Raji and I are regularly going to drop in there and just have like a clown session going on the side like we did yesterday. Where are you at on that?
I got a first-hand taste of it, We're going to try to keep it at a minimum. Raji can kind of get out of hand,
One thing Raji will do, he'll gas, because he's not out there coaching, he'll gas the whole team up and then walk out.
Yes.
And then it's just you trying to put out fires because he's gassed them out.
Works out great. Listen, y'all can do the same thing. I just got to control my program.
Oh. Shots fired.
That's his program. That's his program.
Right.
I'm going to pop in on the girls' practice. I'm going to start hyping up, the point guard and just start making her shoot threes even though she can't hit the backboard,
Oh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
How'd it go yesterday, Falcon? Raji.
It was really good. I pretty much had the majority of my entire team here without some softball girls. Shout out to them. Hope they do well. And again,
despite their coach,
despite bad coaching. Well, I say 2 of the 3 do a good job. The head man is essentially what the previous head boys basketball coach.
Would you say he just rides like the assistant's coattails? Essentially, they do the work. He's just kind of the face.
There is no doubt. There is no doubt. But it was really good. I think I had 24 out. When they get the softball players out, we should have 27, 28. So, it was a good day. I think we're going to go ahead and start installing some stuff already.
Now, do you ever get out there? Because I've seen you play ball. Like, you can't forget that.
I mean, a buck.
Do you ever get out there? First off, Izell, have you seen him shout much?
Yes.
When he cocks his head to the side like this, like to the right, and then fire it like it.
And then all you hear is that Mac 11.
Is that bricks?
Brick City.
Just throw it.
So do you ever get out there and show them, or you just kind of like do as I say?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Me and Smoke be holding it down.
All right.
There we go.
Listen, you should have saw this guy after his practice. he came in the coach's office and he was drenched in sweat from just standing up. So
that's not true.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Still in mid-court the entire time.
I can only imagine him getting out there demonstrating.
He had to bring a change of clothes.
Out of breath. He's got hold on.
I didn't get out of breath yesterday.
I have seen him though.
Oh,
that's true. I didn't do that yesterday though. I'm out there grinding.
Law, what about first day of wrestling yesterday, Bo?
There's a lot of guys out there. A lot of young guys are waiting for our football players to get back. But
well, Coach Hightower sent you some, bud.
Coach he did. Him and Garnto sent a lot of. I got a lot of young kids up there.
It's Garnto.
It's 2 years in a row. He sent me at least 20 kids.
Can you say Garnto and him? Let's put Garnto as the head coach.
I don't even know that I showed up for a middle school practice more than about once or twice. So, but regardless, Garnto has sent me a lot of and guys that'll step in and actually play wrestle for me this year. So that's 2 years in a row he's done it for me.
Heck of a feeder program it sounds.
Wow,
it is. It's about what.
It starts from the bottom.
Smoke sent into this guy.
Listen, it starts from the bottom. You got Height pad in his pocket with little kids, train them up to make some money. Then they go through Garnto, and then they come up to Law Dog. So
I love it. It's all a part of it.
It is.
If you ain't doing it, you ain't doing it right.
If you ain't doing it, you ain't doing it right.
If I don't have a feeder program, you're not doing it right.
Okay, I just didn't. Okay,
it's essentially the only reason our girls' basketball teams have.
I agree.
Because Smoke's got those girls coached up.
Hold on, so Smoke's
got those girls coached up
for 1 year.
Same amount as you.
They just won the middle school championship.
Exactly.
Right. So we made the playoffs last year with nobody that Smoke coached. We did it together.
Smoke's got those girls coached up. They get up here, Roger ruins them.
That's true.
So same thing happens at softball.
Well, y'all better.
So Josh gets them right. They get up here.
But here's the deal.
But then thankfully you have Jody that.
Wouldn't you say,
solidifies.
Izell, since they won middle school championship last year, we should win championship this year?
For sure.
Right, it's not fair.
High expectations.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. It's not fair at all. that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But that's fine. Man. That's fine.
Well, what else is going on, fellas? What else? We're a couple minutes early of our commercial break here, so.
Let's see. What can we try to hit on?
I've got a would you rather. We're going to save that for segment 2, and then we'll do our college picks at the end. But I just didn't know. Height's not here. This is normally the time we can. When somebody's not here.
Could you maybe elaborate about the Halloween party?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I forgot all about it, and I got chastised in our group text because we didn't show love to the second annual White Trash Bash that Jay had at his house 2 weekends ago, a big cooking competition down there. Law was a judge.
That was a great competition.
Tell us a little bit about Jay and his pulled pork.
Mediocre. First of all, it's really hard to screw up a Boston butt. Really, really hard. You put it on the grill, leave it alone. You don't have to do a whole lot to it. At some point, about 165, 170, wrap it, and then just let it cook to about 200, 205. No. That is possibly the worst pulled pork I've ever.
Law said, as a judge, he had to spit it out.
There was several of them.
It was bowl of Neapolitan ice cream.
It was Jay and Opie, Height's brother. But
there might have been. I don't know if it was Jay's team, but I know there might have been 2 teams that you could eat it. The rest of the pulled pork is either dry.
Wow.
Jay said theirs. They got it from Stripling's, whatever. Or I think it was Stripling's, and it stunk. Like when they opened it, it like smelled bad.
And he still turned it in.
But they had to cook
I would have gotten another one and taken that one back.
They were here. That's by that time you ain't got no choice. But so good competition. Well, then fast forward this past weekend, we had our 4th annual Hightmare on Hillstreet Halloween party, and Raji wasn't able to come this year, so we missed. Raji.
I want to put that out there. Height. I don't care what Height says.
He was in charge of invitation.
I know for a fact I did not get invited to that. He can say what he wants, and I usually remember. I'm usually pretty spot on with conversations that we have. I know for a fact he did not invite me.
I wanted you there. The raccoon that you had from several years back.
I wasn't coming as a raccoon. I would have
come as a raccoon.
He was what were you?
I don't really know.
He was a dead married couple.
I was a dead for Ed.
But by the time the end of the night, he had sweated, and it's like he had face paint on, just like a raccoon up there, and he was freestyling. Which I need to run those lyrics on here.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
But this year we had a good time. It was good to see some of our friends get together. Height Height was Morgan Wallen, believe it or not. And when Height gets
he grew
there,
about it all year long, just for the Halloween party.
And when he gets there, the first thing he says to me, like before we even say hey or anything, like, dude, I look just like Morgan Wallen, don't I? And he's not like being funny, 100% serious. And I'm like, yeah, man, just like him. And then throughout the night, I heard him 3 or 4 more times tell somebody else, dude, don't you think I look just like Morgan Wallen?
Man, it's crazy.
And
look at me. Please tell me he came out and had that piece on his hip about the minivan.
He didn't have the piece on him.
Did they whip in the minivan?
No, they came in his truck.
Ooh.
Oh, and we didn't warn you, Izell. You filling in for Height. Just
I am being cautious of
Be cautious because that mic carries an odor like none other.
Off of
you can see it, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, and we've tried to clean it. We've washed it in the washing machine. The whole microphone.
In the school washing machine.
School industrial washing machine. And it just will not.
I'm keeping my distance.
And his bottom row has nibbled some of the end of it on accident.
You can't see where it's chewed on.
Yeah. So
I had to buy some new padding.
Like a little rat.
Just be careful about that.
Boy, Height the rat.
But
Height the muskrat.
Shelby and I came as Happy Gilmore and his cat. Yeah,
Who won the costume contest? Was there a costume
So
contest?
we did it. We dropped the ball this year. It was just poor planning on our end. We normally have a prize. We give it. But we didn't have a great turnout for one. But two, me and Height didn't even talk about a prize in advance. So there was really no prize. But if I had to give to the winner, it'd probably be Jay.
Jay was pretty
Jay was Nacho Libre. So anytime you get a full frontal of Jay and then with some jacked up spandex on, like it's hard to look at, but it's got to win something. So
that was good.
Yeah, I mean his pencil erasers were standing strong all night long out there, and
a little chilly
out there, and he had a mask on that was too tight for his head, and so it was a good time though. So the 4th annual Hightmare on Hillstreet was good, but
shout out to Holly Bill. In the auction, I won the Georgia Southern tickets, 4 tickets, 50-yard line, parking. Not quite up to par, Holly, on the parking. It was pretty far off. But
I like how you're making eye contact with the new camera.
There is a bus.
Talk to the camera.
How about this? There is a bus that runs from the parking lot to there. I haven't been to a Georgia Southern game since 1997.
Wow.
That thing has changed.
War Eagle.
It's completely different. and Southern dominated on homecoming. She had us sitting on the 50-yard line. That's the best seats I ever had at a football
If you knew
game.
you were going to the game, why didn't you pick them last week? I think you took Louisiana, didn't you?
I did take Louisiana, but Georgia Southern hadn't been playing real well. So but they dominated that game. I mean, it was from beginning to end. It was good. I enjoyed it.
That's a good sniff.
I got my allergies been kicked a little.
You kind of caught me by surprise on that one.
Fun times in Statesboro this past weekend. Then we went to Nana Pichu's, however you
what is that?
It's
something he just made
pizza
up.
place there in Statesboro. It's got a garage. My fiance's daughter works there, so we went there after the game. Had a good time. They got a little arcade in there.
Get you some free strombolis?
Yeah, got right free, but we did get us some strombolis.
It's like we went to that place in what you call it? We went to the
Dude,
shop.
those dang strombolis were clutch.
They were.
One in Toombs County Lions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That place
good.
That dude said Toombs County Lions.
Toombs County, the murder capital of the world. In case y'all don't know.
You better watch your wig over there.
It is.
We get that thing on the back. Oh God.
Oh God.
We walk around with that ski mask on in black forces. We built different.
Per capita, they have more murders there. I mean, per person.
Got to when you've got a town named Santa Claus or something like that. Isn't Santa Claus in Toombs County? Mm-hmm. That kind of let you know.
And that's where the biggest murder in every county has ever happened is out in Santa Claus. And my granddad, that was in '98. My granddad was the sheriff then.
And downtown at Platters or one of them little restaurants down there, some old lady gets beat to death.
Chatters said Platters.
Some old lady gets beat to death right beside her car.
Oh, that's insensitive.
That's what happened because you come from and right in front of the sheriff's department. Like,
wow,
hey,
it is down the
sheriff rides by, beat this old lady to death.
That's tough. Making stuff up. It's tough in the streets.
I'm not making that up. That happened.
Sheriff didn't ride by. I mean, you didn't know. You weren't there.
I'm sure they did.
Okay, saw it.
Across the street, they saw what was happening and said, "No, I don't want no part of that. I don't want no part."
The sheriff didn't do anything about it.
I don't want no part of that.
Old lady
he might start beating on me. That's what happened.
All right, guys. make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back. We're going to take a commercial break. On the other side, we've got a Would You Rather segment, and then we will have our picks, and we will go over the updated standings of where we stand right now. So y'all stay with us.
Oh.
For all of your commercial and residential real estate needs, give Premier Properties of Dublin a call at 478-274-1606. Their customer service is unmatched, and they'll give you the deal that you want. Again, that's Premier Properties of Dublin at 478-274-1606. Title sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
J2 Streaming Services. With over 9,000 live channels and packages starting at $15 per month, you literally can't beat it. Visit them on the web at www.j2streaming.com. Proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Elite Comfort Solutions. Based out of Lyons, Georgia, they specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. Call them today at 833-483-HVAC or visit them at www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com for a quote. Elite Comfort Solutions is a proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Is your house dumb dirty? Caked up mud all up in the driveway? Too much to clean and too little time? Give Sweet Onion City Exterior Wash a call at 912-326-1615 for a free quote today. Sweet Onion City Exterior Wash is a proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Are you riding around the 478 or the 912 with a vehicle that is as ugly, dirty, and smelly as Height? If so, head on over to Big Peach Car Wash, located across from Walmart on Highway 80 in Dublin, Georgia.
Getting ready for a weekend with friends? Be sure to visit Blackshear Beverage with 2 locations, one at Georgia 300 and the other at Highway 280 in Cordele, Georgia. Blackshear Beverage, proud sponsor of the Big Ugly Sports Show. Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. Before we get to our Would You Rather segment, we have our Brian's giveaway for this week. We hadn't been announcing it on the air. We've forgotten, actually, but we've posted it. But we are going to announce it today. So our winner for this week, thank you for sharing. To enter, you've got to share the status and tag 2 people in and try to spread the word. But the winner for this week is Molly Hutto, former West Lawrence graduate, now working over at Southwest. So Molly, be sure to go by Brian's, tell them the bus team sent you, and enjoy a free half sub courtesy of Brian's Giant Sub. And we thank Brian's Subs for that partnership. Now, I've got a Would You Rather. We're going to run through a few of them right here. You know, some of them are corny, some of them are not. I need you to give a brief description, though, of why you would do what you're choosing. Not just, I do that.
Summarize.
Just brief, though. Brief summary.
Right.
All right.
Lol.
So we'll start with you right here, Raji, okay? Would you rather have a knife every time you need a spoon, or a spoon every time you need a knife? So a knife when you need a spoon, or a spoon when you need a knife?
Well, again, context. What kind of knife? Are we talking butter knife? Are we talking steak knife? What are we talking specifically?
Like a sharp knife. Not butter.
I would probably go with the spoon because I feel like I would be the person I've had to eat off of like a sharp steak knife. I'm definitely going to
cutting that lip.
I'm going to end up looking like the Joker on Batman.
And you got to think, how often are you needing a knife, really?
I might eat steak pretty regularly now.
But I could imagine you just taking it with a fork and just tearing down on it.
Would it be with a spoon or fork because you just changed it?
Yeah, but if you have a fork, I didn't say you didn't have a fork. You just don't have a knife.
Well, you just didn't clarify that. I would take the spoon.
You're an idiot.
Well, I would definitely take the spoon. I'm gonna go along with Raji. I would definitely probably cut my mouth open with a knife.
Yeah.
But I would definitely take the spoon.
I'm a spoon guy anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
cereal.
If I go
to eat cereal.
If I go to a restaurant, here's what I hate.
Get that cinnamon toast crunch out of Ed's head.
And they're out of spoons, or they don't have a spoon, or they give you an old plastic fork. I want a spoon. I don't. That's one reason I don't like.
How you feel about a sport? Where you
I don't like the sport.
Not a sport guy.
Fan. I want a big spoon too. I don't get one of them big tablespoon spoons. That's what I eat my cereal.
So at the house, you don't go like they got the smaller spoon and the big. You're going with the bigger one.
No fork. Just grab a big spoon.
He's grabbing a ladle.
No.
Yeah.
All right. What about
the bigger the
better? This is a good one for me. I think. Keep in mind how much
you didn't answer what you were doing.
This was about y'all. This is more for y'all. It's not about
the people.
Okay. And for meat, I did think about the knife thing. Because like with some meat, I might need to cut my meat, but I can just pick it up.
Yeah.
But if you cook it and it's not like Jay's Boston Butt and it's tender, it'll just break itself down, right?
You won't even need to cut it.
Speaking of that cooking competition, Matt provided the third meat was tuna
steak.
It's good.
Every team, awesome. I'm telling you what, I could have, if they was at a restaurant, I would have ordered it from them. It was delicious.
Really?
And none of them.
If all of them were delicious, that's more of a shout out to Dexter Meat. The meat was really good.
What's crazy is none of them really knew what to do with it. So they're like trying to figure out what to do with it. It was delicious, man. I love it.
Shout out, Matt.
On the meat.
All right. Would you rather, keep in mind how much you use the internet now in your day-to-day job and things like that, and you're in social media, all that. Would you rather not have internet for a month or not shower for a month?
Ooh.
Now, keep in mind, you're working. So either way, you're coming to work stinky, or you come to work, you've got the internet. So you're turning in lesson plans, paper copies. You're doing all those things.
I can't do it. Like, I shower twice a day. I shower in the morning.
That's hard to believe looking at you.
I don't really care what you think. I wait. First thing I do
I don't believe it.
The first thing I do in the morning is I always shower before I come to school, and then I shower at the end of the day. So I would just.
Well, I mean, that's pretty standard for most. I mean, like
most people don't shower twice a day. Yeah. Most people don't shower twice a day. I would go out the internet.
Okay.
Because there's no way that I'm going to come to school every day looking and smelling like Hightmare.
But now you got,
but you got, like at some point,
dry
you
shampoo.
Quit smelling yourself.
You got
like,
dry
that's
shampoo.
Other people's problem.
Yeah, but I don't want to be.
If I smell bad, that's other people's problem. They have to deal with that.
That's going to lead me to my next. Would you rather? I got another one in that one.
Yeah.
All right. So you're
going
going
the internet.
Okay.
I'm going without the internet. There's no way possible I can walk around. First of all, smelling myself, much less knowing that other people smelling me.
You literally walk around smelling like Height's breath all the time.
Terrible.
That's bad.
Terrible. I'm going with that.
Y'all ever been beside somebody and like their breath smells bad, but you don't want to say anything?
Yeah, it's literally
and, like,
you every time I'm
they
beside
gotta
you.
smell it like you smell your breath. I'm not the only one that can
smell it. There's no way
it.
that this thing is below your nostril.
3 feet from you, and I can smell your nasty breath.
It's literally every time I'm around you.
That's not true. That's not true.
What?
That's definitely
don't let them do you like that, Law.
Like halitosis. Like I'm talking about something growing in that mouth.
Right. What you going with?
I'm gonna need the bath. I'll give up the internet.
Well, for me, it's bus over everything, right? So it'd be tough to get the show out to the people without the internet. So I'll just be the one that stinks and goes no shower for a month. Hair be real itchy, but they got dry shampoo. You can lather up on body spray. I mean, you could overcome some of that.
I think then you just putting that. It's like people say.
There's the ice.
You can't cover up stinking.
No, it's just mixing the stink with the perfume. Now I smell perfume and stink. That's what I smell.
Stink and ugly. You can't cover it up. And there's one person that's got both of them that works on this show.
Bless him. He's not here.
He's not.
All right. So that leads me to my next one. We'll do 2 more. Would you rather not know that you smell like poo? Like you just are unaware, but everybody around you does? Or you smell poo all the time on yourself and no one else can. So you're constantly like you're smelling poo.
Definitely. Not no. I don't want to know.
So you'd rather just like us be talking about how bad you stink. You just not aware that.
I'm like, no, that's not true.
No, I would rather smell poo because I don't want to be an inconvenience to anybody else.
What?
Why are you trying to be so thoughtful on the show?
Why do you care about other people?
Because I don't want anybody else to be walking around like I smell like crap.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
No, I'm out on that.
I'd rather smell it myself. Like I'm with Ryan.
What?
I wouldn't want everybody walking around just.
I can't handle it. I can't. It makes me nauseous. Like we had a dog that used to poop in the house. Dude, I can't.
Listen, we've got kids in our school that they see unfazed when they stink, and people know they stink. So I
think it's because they get to the point where they don't smell it no more, so they don't really.
So that's why. Yeah. So that's where I'm probably with you on this, Law. I'd probably just be okay with smelling bad, and as long as I don't know it.
No.
And then you're just everybody's a bully. Yeah. That's what. And at that point, you say, you know what? They're just bullying me. I don't really stink. Yeah, you do. You smell awful.
All right, we'll end it with this one.
That's a good, Law.
We'll end it with this one. Would you rather have no fingernails, so just nubs, like nothing, no fingernails, Or
I was about to say something.
Or have nails twice the size of the length of your finger.
No nails.
Now keep in mind when you itch, there's no scratching the itch. Right now, you rubbing on that gullet.
I don't have fingernails anyway.
I'll figure it out. I can't do the
scratch. What you going with, Izell?
I'm going with the. I'd rather not have fingernails.
Yeah, you can.
That big old long ones.
You can figure it out,
man.
Yeah. What was the track star back in the day? It wasn't. I almost say this wrong. It wasn't. No, it was. I was about to say Jackie Joyner Kersey. It wasn't her though. But you remember the USA Olympian that had the long nails back in the day? She could ride. They didn't face her, but so we're all going nuts. That went fast enough. All right, last
Wolverine.
One. Last one. This is you got to see what kind of guy you are.
Those were her legit nails, or she had fake nails.
Probably fake. I don't know. They might have been her real. I think they were her real ones. They had like curled, like they were.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, she could ride too. I'll find her. I think her name was Sherry or something. Maybe
I can't hardly bend over and cut my toenails, so they'll be rolling over.
It's disgusting. All right, Raji.
I had to cut them last night. Boy, my dang toes been hurt.
Listen, you got to live. This is a long one. Give one piece of bad advice to your best friend that could ruin his life. So give him some bad advice that could ruin his life.
I feel like I've already done that.
Or say the wrong thing to your boss 50% of the time for a year. So basically, you talking to your buddy, you give him some life-altering advice. I mean, it literally changes everything. Or your boss, half the time you say stuff that offends them, and you stay essentially in the doghouse at work. So essentially, you could get fired, or you cost somebody else to get fired. Now, how are you, classy guy? Where you at, classy fella?
That one's tough.
Oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Well, I think that's different if I stink.
Ooh.
No, you're hurting somebody's feelings either way here. Which one? Which person would you
whose feelings would I be hurting? I'd be hurting mine if I ended up getting fired.
Yeah, but you'd be hurting somebody else's if you ruin their life.
That is true.
I feel like I've already done that, so I'm just going to go with that.
Okay. Like around here? Did you ruin Fat Phil's life?
No.
Okay.
Speaking of, he wants to come on the show at some point because he's got to defend himself. He said, I don't think there's enough room over here for both of us.
What kind of chair would we need for him?
One of those rascals, the mobility scooters.
Pick him up on the bus ramp, wheel him in.
Yeah, we'll get him on one of those freaking jacks out there. I can bring him in here.
Oh, he's gonna cuss you out for this later.
There ain't no doubt. I know it's coming.
Izell, what you going with?
I'm probably gonna go. I stay in the doghouse with my boss, man. I wouldn't want to give my best friend bad advice that's gonna ruin his life. So I'm gonna take one for the team. And
what a guy!
Yeah, man.
Stand up guy.
Stand up guy.
Way better than Raj.
Way better.
Well, again, like Edwards Award, that's very low expectations.
What you think, Law? This dude with his eyes.
Hit it one more time.
And according to him, you ask him, people tell him how much they enjoy the ice.
They do. They love it.
Do it one more time because they can hear it, Law.
The Cruz brothers make it deadly. They love me. They hear me. They said chew on it more. That they feel like I need to do it more during the show. I think I'm gonna go.
I might talk to Cruz about that.
I think I'm gonna go with if it's my best friend, he's gonna understand. I needed to tell him that.
But it's bad advice. It's not right. Like it's
but
life altering.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, he did. But hold on. Are you saying that like you at the time you don't know what's bad advice, or you know going?
Oh, you know.
You know.
Like, I'm gonna give them advice.
Like I'm
They're
about to hose
take
them.
that advice and ruin their life.
Yes.
And I knew I was wrong going into
yes.
Oh shoot, I'm going with the boss then. I thought I was like something happened and I'm the only one that knew about it, and I needed to tell him.
We should have called for this one when you said that. We should have called Mr. Garnto for this because he could probably verify
50% of the time I already said the wrong thing. Mr. Garnto would already tell you that. I learned to stay out of when he was here. I learned to stay out of the office. Don't go up there to the office because at some point he's going to call me in, and it's always like if he saw me, he's going to remember something bad I did. And then he's going to call me in there and lecture me about why I shouldn't did that. But if I just stayed out the office, I was almost like I was invisible. Like he didn't even know I was here. He forgot I was here.
Oh, I would. I'd probably have to go with the boss too. I like my friends a pretty good bit. I guess it depends. Best friend, yeah. But if I went to like,
If it was Hyde, I wouldn't mind.
If it was like my outer circle of friends, kind of.
If it was Hyde, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I would tell
you. Wouldn't mind ruining his life?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind ruining it.
All right, guys, we're gonna pause for our last commercial break. Make sure you stay with us. On the other side of it, we will have our guest picks, and we will see what Coach Izell Stephens has got on tap for us with his picks.
Ooh. Yeah.
Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by Premier Properties. It's that time. It's time for the Big Ugly Sports Pick'ems. Let's update you real quick on the Bus Cruise Pick'ems. Raji has overtaken first place at 41, 38, and 1.
Enjoy that short stint in first place.
And first of all, I want to acknowledge that I was getting crap all last week, and he didn't want to say who was winning last week. I was in the lead last week, only by one game. He's only winning by 2. So he don't call.
So I've doubled your amount that you were winning by.
Have you ever heard anybody that goes back and listens and just gets more hiney hurt than?
No, because y'all completely misinterpret what I say and then try to I say something wrong and then you just twist it.
I had multiple people come up to me and comment on those.
With multiple people, one person, and then he always says multiple. This is the people.
But I will say part of this show is finding the smallest thing that you do wrong and taking it and running with it. That's for anybody.
And the Cruz brothers love that, and the people love that.
The people love it?
People have spoken.
All multiple people that have come to him. And said,
all right, so Raji's in first at 41, 38, and 1. Laws in second at 39, 40, and 1. Height and Chill tied for last at 37, 42, and 1. So all of us in the average to below average range, which is spot on. Now, as far as our celebrity guest pickers go, AJ Mathis was on last week. Tough day for the kid. Comes in at 3-7, and is going to anchor down right there by Noah Garto, tied for last at 3-7. So as of now, Opie Hightower at 7-2-1. Izell is what you got to beat. Going undefeated, calling 10-0. So
just like that basketball season is
on game. Wow. So let's look at the games for this week. We're going to start, and I think it's a Thursday night game. It may be a Friday night game. Oh, you can fact check me on this, but it is not Saturday. I'm pretty sure. You've got.
What's the 26th?
That's Friday.
That's Thursday.
Is it?
Yep. So Thursday you've got in-state, the battle of the GSUs. So Georgia State plus
in Statesboro.
Georgia State, as I was saying, plus 2.5 at Georgia Southern. Law. We'll start with you since you're a War Eagle for life.
War Eagle.
And just went to the game.
I did just go to the game, and I will have you know that Georgia Southern has a really big tight end. I feel like they should use him a lot more than what they do. They threw it to him.
That's off of one game. You've been to one game, Duke.
No, he's huge, man. I mean, he's definitely should be on the basketball team too. He's a big guy. Regardless, they threw it to him like twice the whole game.
Did he catch them both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now he's goofy. Now he catches it. He's going to rumble and stumble for about 2 more yards.
So he's Caleb Appleby essentially.
But he's a big target here. I know that. And they do air that thing out quite a bit.
Who are you picking?
I am a Georgia State fan. I like Georgia State. I like their program.
Is it because they play at Old Brave Stadium?
I do like that they play at the Old Brave Stadium.
Okay.
But I think they got a good program. I think they come in and they did it right when they started that program, and they're 6-1. I think they'll end up winning that conference.
Georgia State plus 2.5. I like it. All right.
I'm going to take the Panthers as well.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Don't really know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go with Georgia Southern, man. You know, there's the traditional program down there, you know.
Hell Southern,
as
they would say.
You know. And no place else.
What do they say? Southern, not state. You know, I'm going to go.
Southern, not state.
I'm going to go with Georgia Southern on that one.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out right out the gate on Thursday if you're going to be able to go undefeated or not.
It's going to be a dogfight, but I think are they at home? They're at home, right?
Oh,
man.
Too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Georgia Southern, man.
And them Southern fans at night games,
rowdy.
They done been drinking all day. They finna get rowdy at Austin Stadium, boy.
I'm going with Georgia State strictly for the fact that
that's a bad pick.
AJ Wright and them are huge Southern people, and I've always been one of those people that I like Georgia, obviously love Georgia. Georgia Southern, I wanted them to do well. But as I've gotten older, everybody that I know that's a Georgia Southern fan hates Georgia because for whatever reason. Like they're diehard Southern and hate Georgia. A lot of people I know. I didn't say that you know. This is people that I know.
But people you know are weird.
Okay, that may be fair. But it's like the little brother syndrome that they get. So I do. Just out of spite for that, I'm going Georgia State. All right, we'll save the best game for last. We'll skip ahead to
Florida State Wake Forest.
No way.
We didn't even put that one.
Is that basketball or football? All right, Oregon -6.5 going into Utah. Utah coming off that big upset win versus USC, which I'm pretty sure we all love to see. Minus Wyatt Curry, but
we lost. I think all of us picked USC.
I'm willing to sacrifice that pick. Roger, who you got?
Well, speaking, did you know that USC has Clay Helton had the first, I think, 22 games, and Lincoln Riley are the same record. They're both 17-5.
Really?
Yeah. Lincoln Riley goes to the NFL soon, I think. But
take his brother with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go Oregon. I think it's going to be a good defensive battle. I think that Oregon's a little bit more is a little bit more explosive on offense. So I like Bo Nix over the backup dude at Utah.
Mm-hmm. So. Guy from Utah had a good game last week, but
with no Cam Rising, didn't play all year. They've already
said
he's
coming back. Oh, he's done.
Yeah, he said he's out for the year. So, but I mean, it's week 8, week 9. You've had this guy starting. I mean, it's not anything new, but I'll take Oregon.
What about you, Ep?
I'm gonna go with Oregon. 750. I'm gonna go with Oregon as well. Bo Nix, he's about 37 years old. He's a mature quarterback. Oregon's an explosive team offensively. Definitely going with Oregon.
I will take Oregon as well. I just think they're too good all around. I think Utah's quarterback play is I think he had a good game against USC, but I think that was a fluke. And I think Oregon will just be too much. But I do think it'll be a good environment. I think the Utah fans will be cranking it up, but I'm going Oregon.
Oregon by a lot. Mm-hmm. By a lot.
Oregon by a lot, and they cover.
Way more than a touchdown.
Okay. Hit this guy.
He's trying to add to what I said.
All right, here we go. Coming back to you, Law. We're coming back.
Multiple touchdowns.
Duke, the powerhouse of Duke, coming off a tough loss at Seminole Country down there against Florida State.
Man, this was my upset of the week last week. I'm very upset with Duke because Duke leads the game. Definitely not closers. They're definitely not closers. They led that entire football game.
Yep.
Into the freaking.
It's a good game to watch. Duke +4 at Louisville. Who you going with?
I'm going with Duke.
Okay.
I'm going Cards big.
Really?
Yeah, I think Riley Landry got banged up again. I mean, he didn't obviously finish the game. Louisville's good, man. Like I know they got
this same guy said that he wouldn't even play him last week.
But he wasn't going up until literally on Saturday.
Until after our show, then they made him clear.
The whole
the line changed. The line changed.
Day decision.
The line changed from Monday to Tuesday, and that's what happened.
Okay.
No, I think Louisville's good. I think what they do on offense doesn't fit well what Duke does on defense, and Duke doesn't really put up a lot of points. So I'm going to take Louisville.
I'm going with Louisville.
I'm going to take Duke. I'm going to roll with Duke. I hope Leonard plays, even though he's banged up. I think if he does, they'll be good enough to beat Louisville. I'm not sold on Louisville yet. All right, 2 more games right here. You got Tennessee -3.5 at Kentucky. Raj, who you got?
I think Tennessee has a big bounce back. I think Kentucky kind of hit its peak and plateaued. I don't think that they can put up points consistently. I think Tennessee will come out and have a big. I think Milton will have a big day.
Them dogs took the wind slam out of that cell from Kentucky. Shout out to Eric Jackson though, still just battling over there for Kentucky's defense. How about you, Tayshaun?
That one might be better by Gibbs.
That's courtesy of Gabe Gay.
Definitely don't look like Tayshaun. I'm gonna ride with Tennessee, man. They definitely have to redeem themselves after that loss to Bama, man. I was really shocked at that. They should have closed that game out, but Tennessee is definitely a team on the rise, man. They've been having some good games. Besides last week, they let Alabama come back on them, but like you said, they got to redeem themselves. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Law, who you got?
I got Kentucky. I think Tennessee will win, but I think Kentucky will cover. I think it's going to be a close game.
I'm going to go with Tennessee as well.
I think them picks right there. I don't know what Law was talking about over there.
I want to pick Kentucky. I just don't think they can score. I just don't think their offense is that good. I think Tennessee's offense is pretty good. I think Kentucky's defense is good, but I just think with that small of a spread, I think Tennessee covers that.
Now, Tennessee does have one of the highest pass rush rate, I think, in the nation.
Yeah, their defense
line is pretty good.
Yeah. So I think, and I combine that with their, Kentucky's offense, I just think it's I think Tennessee will win pretty easily. All right, our last one right here. You've got the Dogs minus 14.5.
I'll go first. I want to hear his insight on this.
Georgia minus 14.5 versus Florida, world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Are you taking, Law?
I'm gonna upset my Dog fans, but I think Florida covers. It's the biggest game of the season for Florida. They got nothing to lose. They're gonna call out all the stops. I think Florida's gonna cover.
Dogs win.
It's going to be a really close game battle. I believe the Dogs will win, but I think it's
you don't sound confident about that.
Out of all the games that I've worried about, and again, we talked about it out at J Baby's. A couple of guys I was talking to out there. It's the game that I worry about the most because I mean both them teams get up for that game, and like I said, Florida's got nothing to lose. Yeah. So they're going to call out all the stops, and they've been playing pretty good the last couple of weeks. They're all coming off a bye, which we are too. We got some big injuries. All their guys are back. I think it's going to be close.
Isaiah, who you got?
I don't think it's even close. I say Dogs by 50.
Dog by 50.
Was hot here?
Yeah. I like it.
I'm going with the Dogs.
I needed Hot here to argue with me.
I don't think it's even close.
Roger's not going to argue with me.
Georgia's playing with house money right now. You know, it doesn't matter if Florida has everything to lose or nothing to lose. Dogs by 3 touchdowns.
This is my problem, Isaiah. This is my problem. Is Georgia starts off slow. They've started off slow with every team they've played. That they start off slow.
Except Kentucky, minus Kentucky, which was the biggest game of the year at that time. So a big game.
If Florida goes ahead by more than 10 at the beginning, I don't know that Georgia can recover from it.
I don't think they go up more than 10. Maybe a field goal.
I'll go ahead and then we'll turn it over to you. I think Dogs cover. I don't think Florida is that great. I'm calling for a big day for Lawson Lucky, the backup tight end behind Oscar Delp, and I think the ball's going to get in his hand some. I think McConkey's going to have a big game. He's finally with that week off. I think the week off for Georgia couldn't have come at a better time. Obviously, not having Bowers is going to hurt, but everybody else, hopefully, we got to be getting up. I wonder where Amarius is. I didn't announce.
I don't know if he's back yet.
He's got to be getting close. He had that same surgery.
I think he was looking for either the Florida or the Tennessee game. I don't know if he's back.
So it'd be nice if he was able to come back. But either way, I think the defense is going to stand up. I'm not sold on Graham Mertz. I mean, his completion percentage is good and whatnot, but I just think our defense is going to rally, and I think our offense is going to put up some points. I think Bobo's going to open it up, and I think the Dogs win. I'm not going to put a number on it. Obviously, I think they cover. So
I went back and forth on this because I do agree with a lot with what Law says. But I think Kirby, and I tried to look this up last night, but I really didn't care that much to completely go into detail in it. But I don't know what Kirby's record is off a bye week, but I think I would venture to say it's pretty dang good given what his record is. I do think that Florida, they are getting everybody back. Mertz, I don't think Mertz is great, but I think he does pretty well. Florida's running back room is really good. They got NTN. I can't remember what the other guy's name is, but they're pretty solid. But I think Dominic Lovett's going to have a really big game. I don't think that Florida's known for defense. They've given up some points this year. I think that Carson Beck's going to have the best game that he's going to have all year.
The points they've given up are rushing yards. What did we not get at?
But I think that Georgia's going to be able to throw the ball.
I don't think they face an offense like us either.
And also, I would like to say that to go back on what you said, it is the second biggest game this year. The number one biggest game is when Florida State comes to Gainesville. Because Florida State's going to be undefeated going into that game, they're going to have a chance to knock them out of the national title picture. Georgia can still get in even if they lose to Florida.
You don't think if Florida State loses to Florida that game and then turns around and wins the ACC championship they're in?
I think they'd be out. Because I think they would have to win the ACC. Like they would have to lose an ACC game. At the time, I was thinking that they would lose to LSU. Who, if they did lose to LSU, that's going to be a top 10. Florida's not going to be a top 20 team at the end of the year. Like I think if you look at Florida's schedule, they've got Georgia left, Missouri left.
Tough Missouri. Missouri's playing
Florida
well.
State left. Yeah. I don't know, but I think
Georgia's got a tough stretch right here. You've got Florida, Missouri. Was it Tennessee, Ole Miss? Is that the order?
I think Ole Miss.
Or is there somebody
Ole
sprinkled
Miss
in?
The one I'd be worried about, but
I'm worried about a bunch of them.
I think I'm going to take Georgia to cover. I just think that they're going to be really good on offense, and I'm not sold on Georgia's going to be able to stop the run. You know, coming off that bye week, they're going to prepare for that. Ricky Pearsall's, he's good, that receiver, but I don't think he's like the game breaker. And Mertz is just going to check that thing down. So I'm going to take the Dogs. But I do agree with a lot with what Law says,
which is rare.
Right, he's got some valid points,
which is also rare.
And to have you know,
here he goes.
Please,
Jacksonville's home field advantage for Florida. So I'm just it's gonna be a wild one. It'd be a good one to go
field,
to.
You mean because it's in Florida?
I mean because I've been to that game and there are
way more Florida fans
at them games than Georgia fans. Yes.
Well, Jacksonville to Gainesville was probably only 2 hours.
Right. I mean, I don't know at what point Georgia says this was going to be one of my things I wanted to.
Well, this is the last year they're doing it there, aren't they?
Is it?
I think
it should be. If it's not, it should have been a long time ago. I think Kirby Smart, since he's been the head coach, has tried to get it out of there.
Yes, and I want to say this, it may be happening.
You go in that stadium. I know it's supposed to be 50-50, but it's not in that stadium. Now outside at the cocktail party, it is about 50-50. But them Georgia fans don't go in there.
Yeah.
They stay out there and watch the game at the cocktail party.
Think about having that game.
Georgia's going to win.
Think about having that game.
I've been to quite a few up there that Georgia did not win.
Think about having that game at Sanford Stadium or the Swamp. I mean, that place would be awesome.
Another reason I want it taken out of Jackson is I want to go to the Swamp. And there's no reason I would go to the Swamp unless Georgia was playing. But I would love to go to a game at the Swamp.
So they're thinking about having it at either or venue at
and start going back to them.
Okay.
But I want to win the last time they did that, where they went to their home fields.
I don't know. Well, Coach Epps, we appreciate you coming on set today, joining us.
I can't wait to see Tayshaun hoop today.
Best of luck this basketball season.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Well, you've got low expectations.
Low?
Yeah, from what was there before.
Hey, you started from the bottom. There's nowhere to go.
You're welcome.
There's nowhere to go but up.
Bring us home, Ryan.
Just continue to listen to us. Give us a 5-star review and a subscription.
What a crappy life, R.I.P.
Check us out on Spotify and YouTube and Apple Podcasts.
There we go. Make sure, guys, to subscribe. We picked up a couple subscribers this week, so wherever you're listening, make sure you subscribe. Thank you to all of our sponsors, especially our title sponsor, Premier Properties of Dublin. We are welcoming any new sponsors. If you want a sponsorship, reach out to us and we'll show us our pack. Show us our package.
You trying to show them your package?
Oh man, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing,
get up on that bus. With the facts that you know we gon' discuss, fussing or fighting, yeah, we get up on that bus. Young.